one more broadcast, all right? Live broadcast, because okay. And so today we very cool woman, very knowledgeable, everyone, but very awesome, very passionate about her work. Been working hard on some things last week, go down tomorrow, and just to introduce you all to Miss Kayshana Hall. Yes, ma'am. Come on in. Come on in. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for coming on today. I'm super excited to have you on and talk to everybody, and also to talk to you about what you have going on, because we're so busy that it's like I see you working, but I don't always have that time to connect, like what's really happening outside of our meetings. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, ma'am. So let everyone know who Kayshana Hall is. What's going on?
Okay, so hey everybody, super happy to be here. I'm Kayshana Hall, the coalition manager. I am the coalition manager for the Opportunity Zone, which is out of the Office of Prevention and Wellness. So that's what I do.
Okay. And so how long have you been at the agency?
So I've been with the agency for about a little over 2 years, actually. So maybe about 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm. And you've always had the coalition manager role?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
wait, it might be about 3 because this is my 3rd summit. So I think it's actually been about 3.
Yeah, Kara says Kayshana is phenomenal, and she is that phenomenal woman. Okay. So let me ask you your background. What are you specialized? What do you specialize in?
So I've been in social services for about 6 years. So that's the majority of my background. Prior to this, I was in another social service role with the Office of Juvenile Justice. So I just kind of made a move to different agencies. But
still working with
within the same field.
Still working with kids. Okay. So tell me, you are which comes first, the coalition or Opportunity Zone? Because I know they work hand in hand, but which came first?
The coalition is Opportunity Zone. So, I guess it's kind of like a chicken and egg situation,
right.
But they're always been like a part of each other. So the Opportunity Zone was born way before I got here. Okay. So I can definitely say that. But there's always been a coalition as well.
Okay. And so tell me exactly what is Opportunity Zone?
So the Opportunity Zone and the coalition, we can use them interchangeably. Okay. I guess we actually have 3 coalitions.
Because I thought it was 2 separate things, but
no, it's the same thing. So we actually have we work out of 2 parishes. So we do Ouachita and Franklin Parish, and we have 3 coalitions for the parishes. So we have 2 coalitions for Ouachita Parish. That's going to be the Monroe West Monroe, and then we have the Franklin coalition as well, but they all focus on the same thing, which is the prevention of underage drinking. And so what we do is we take a look at and utilize different data sources that we receive, such as community needs assessments or the CCYS surveys, or essence data from local hospitals when it comes to accidents and injuries that contained underage drinking or alcohol usage in general. We also receive data from LSU in terms of the GIS tracking map, which kind of shows, they have this really neat heat map that kind of shows where the concentrated areas of alcohol-related crashes are and things like that. So we utilize all the data and we take a look at it and look at all of that, and we come up with these effective environmental strategies, and we create something called an action plan for each parish, and then we try to implement that.
Okay. So underage drinking. I know sometimes I have to even check myself, because I'm sure other people might have to deal with this as well. But underage drinking is under 21.
That's right.
Sometimes when you're talking about Opportunity Zone and everything, and it's underage, I'm thinking high school. But it's no.
It's college students too. 18 is not 21. And so a lot of people don't really think about that, which is why we try to be involved as much as we can on our campuses with ULM or Louisiana Delta as well. Because everyone, just because you're in college, doesn't mean you're 21. The majority of those students are not 21. There are even some 17-year-olds.
That's what I was getting ready to say. There's a 17-year-old freshman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So how can one is the coalition, is it just coalition slash opportunity zone, is it just something for agency staff to be a part of, or is it something that the public can be a part of?
Oh, it's something the public is a part of. So we have parents. One thing I would like to do is have more students, more active students, but we have other community resource providers that are a part of it. We have parents, we have educators, law enforcement. We would like a nice, well-rounded coalition. That way we get everybody's input, and also what the things I see in the community may be different from the things you see, or the things that a professor would see, or, the things that are different from, I'm definitely not going to see what law enforcement sees because I'm not privy to that information. So
Right.
everybody would bring something valuable to the table,
Mhm.
which is a big part of why I would like more students to be a part of it, because they're on the ground level of who we're actually trying to reach, and I'm saying that, but we're really reaching the students and the parents. The education does not just end with the kids. So we also need to consider that.
Right. Everyone has a different eye, different trained eye.
Mm-hmm. And
Mhm.
it's all valuable.
I get that. So, okay. So once again, for the people in the back, break down Opportunity Zone Coalition. It's the same.
Yes.
It's two different. Okay, great.
Basically, the Opportunity Zones Coalition.
Okay, great.
The coalitions are the active force behind the Opportunity Zone.
There it is.
Yeah, we can't do it without our coalition members. There's no way.
I'm writing it down because okay. I'm for real writing this down, people, like, so I can make sure I got it together when I go out here and talk to everybody about what we have going on with the agency. So now with the coalition comes the drum roll. Can you hear that? Youth Summit.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Our annual Youth Summit.
Annual.
So this is something that we do every year. The last few times it's been virtual because of COVID, and we just have to be careful in trying to make sure we put everybody's health first. But now this will be our first in-person Youth Summit since I've been here. So again, this is my third one. So this will be my first in-person one, and it's going to be a little bit different than the previous in-person ones. I think the ones before were held at the Civic Center, and the students came to us. Now we're taking it to the students. So this will be the first year that we actually do it inside of a school, and Carroll is up first, but they're definitely not going to be the last. So we're super excited about that.
Very much so. So, okay, you already got one of the W's, because whenever you invite someone or you talk about going somewhere, what is the first? What are the three things that we say? Where's it going to be? Who all's going to be there? What are we going to do? Like, tell me, what am I about to get involved with? Who's going to be there?
All right.
Take care of high school. Right.
We have Big Al as our keynote speaker this year. He always does an amazing job. We chose him again because he's Carroll alumni. So he has a special investment in the school. And because that's where it's going to be, we made sure to choose him again. And we also have Miss ULM, Miss Leslie Hopgood, and we have Maishi Epting, who will also be speaking. And then I think the thing that the kids are like most excited about is we have the jig aerobics team as well. So they'll be conducting an activity as well as speaking on the panel. And then of course we have DJ Twin, who is also a Carroll High alumni. So the kids will be excited about that.
It's gonna be a party of what it sounds like to me.
Oh yeah. So I was actually at Carroll High yesterday doing some Orange Ribbon Week activities, and I got a chance to speak with the student ambassadors who will be helping us out tomorrow, and they can't wait. So they are amped for it. So I'm just excited about it, and so are they.
Me too, because I will be there and the man behind the curtain will be there. Okay. I'm super excited. And I'm probably gonna have to remind myself that I'm there for work and not to work out and dance.
Well, it's to have fun. It's all about having fun and learning. We want to make it, as easily digestible as possible. It's for the youth. We wanted to give it to them in a language that they can understand and receive and, would be receptive to. We don't want to get in there and just be like,
and preach.
No. Right. That's not, come on. We don't even want to hear that, and we're adults.
Right.
So, it's about having fun while also being informed. And hopefully we hope that they'll take what they hear and learn and apply it to their lives in the future.
Of course, of course.
Mhm.
Now, so you said this is the first one, the first in person that y'all have had since definitely since COVID, of course.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. And we're changing it up, taking it to the students, a lot of interaction. I think that's
Mhm.
going to be awesome.
It's
Definitely.
completely immersive. So yeah, I firmly believe in that because in order to keep the attention of honestly, and again, I say the youth, but it's really everybody because adults, nobody wants to just sit there and be talking. So,
Right,
I wanted to make it as immersive and as involved as possible.
right. Um, so can you tell us a little bit about like what the panel discussions will be about and what the guest speakers will talk about? Is that hush hush or what?
No, it's not. So this year's theme is becoming the GOAT. If you're unfamiliar with what the GOAT is or who the GOAT is, it's the greatest of all time. It's just a little acronym. So that's the theme for this year. And the panelists will be speaking about that, what it takes to become the GOAT. And also they're going to tie in prevention of underage drinking and maybe how they avoided some of those situations or everybody didn't avoid it. Sometimes they went through it.
Mhm.
They're going to talk to them about how they came out on the other side, or when they did do those things, like what the consequences were and what the benefits were of not being involved if they weren't involved. So we picked our speakers and panelists because of who they are as people. They all have winning and awesome personalities, and they all have individual stories, which we want them to bring. And of course, I'm not gonna give anything away, but they'll tell their stories,
Mhm.
once they get there. But they're all unique. We didn't want to pick any just someone who's saying the same thing,
Right.
over and over because everybody is different. And the more dynamic your panelists and speakers are, the more likely I feel like it's more likely that you're able to actually reach the people who are actually listening. You
Mhm.
have a greater chance of doing that if it's not just this one storyline.
Mhm. Mhm. Now, when will the youth summit take place?
It's going to be tomorrow from 9 to 11 at Carroll High School in their auditorium. And it is specifically for Carroll High students this year. But again, we will take it to another school next year. We do have production team. Shout out to Perworks with Keita Wright. They will be doing the production, all the camera work, the video wall, all of that stuff, all the lighting, the miking, because the youth summit will be distributed
Okay.
after it happens. So we will get our awesome communications team
And the man behind the
and the
curtain.
man behind the curtain to kind of edit it and like put everything together for distribution. And so it's actually part of our media campaign. It can be shown in classrooms
Okay.
as well as youth groups, or even at home if you're a parent and you're watching it. You might want to watch it, with your kids.
Mhm.
We want it's something that can be used over and over and over again. So
Okay. That's because I know one of the we were talking about in our promotions meetings, and we were talking about, of course, promoting the event, but it's like, but only Carol students can come. Like, one, how do we make sure that like that we don't promote as in like you can come, but also let them know that like you can still get this information. So it's like,
right.
yes, we're doing this here, we can do this for you, but you can still get this information once it's over, so you're
Mhm.
not left out in the dark.
No,
um
you're not. And if you are interested, and I know you're gonna be, people are already interested.
right.
Do let us know because again, this is annual. We're gonna do it every year, so we'll be on the lookout for the next school that we want to do it in.
Yes. So what are you hoping that the students really get out of this summit other than a good time?
Well, of course, a good time,
Right.
but a good message
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Something again that they can actually apply. I mean, it's one thing to hear something and hear, oh, you should do this, or this is my story, or whatever. But it's another thing when they actually apply it, because knowledge is nothing without application. It's just knowledge.
Right.
So that's what I hope they take away. I hope they take away something that they actually apply to their life that makes a positive impact, whether that's avoiding alcohol or other substances or just making better and healthier choices in general,
Mm-hmm.
or learning how to be a leader, learning how to be the greatest of all time. And that definition may be different for each and every one of those students, and
Right.
that's also okay. There is no one definition for that. Same thing as like success is different for everybody.
Right.
So
Right. And then they'll also be able to share this information with other people. There's
right.
no telling like who. this will touch outside of Carroll High School?
We hear a lot just from the other classes that we do at the community center in West Monroe. We hear a lot of feedback of the students taking things to their parents, and their parents had no clue, when it comes to certain things. So yeah, you're right about that. They can even pass on the information to their parents, their other siblings, cousin, whoever.
Right.
Just let this be kind of like a drop, and like the positive ripples just keep extending.
Right. And so one more time, how can someone get involved with the coalition?
Please do. And yes, you can email me. And hopefully we can get my email on the screen or in the chat. It's kshana.hall2@la.gov. You can email me and we can discuss further. I can answer any of the questions that you may have, and we can get you set up with a coalition agreement, and we can definitely invite you to our next coalition meeting. And normally we have started to have a hybrid meeting. So if you can't come in person, we do have a Zoom link as well.
Okay.
We try to make it as convenient as possible. We meet once a month for no more than an hour.
Okay. So, and let me ask you this though. What are the expectations for the coalition members?
Okay, great question. So the expectations are that if you can, we know everybody's busy. Right. If possible, again, which is why we try to make it as convenient as possible with the Zoom and in person, whichever one you can attend. Just try to attend as many meetings as you can. That way you can stay abreast of what's going on. And also help us spread the word about what it is we're doing. And we would also like your input and, again, your point of view, because that affects what it is that we're doing. Because maybe there's an environmental strategy that we're implementing and it's not going the way that we think it's going. And you're seeing something different. We need to know that way we can be as effective as possible. We also would like coalition members to support us as much as possible. Again, the same way we support other coalition members' events. We show up, be as supportive as possible. We would like for our members to do the same for us. It's really kind of like a family, because we all basically support each other in some kind of way. Like I said, we even have some parents that are volunteering to help us out tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. I always like to see parents get involved.
And don't forget about well, I'm a parent now, but up until 2 years ago, I was an auntie that was always at school functions.
Yeah, care providers. And it doesn't just have to be parents. You could be a caregiver. You could just be a concerned citizen.
Right.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
So with the traveling youth, I know I keep jumping around, but each time there's something else that pops up. So with the youth summit, we wanted to go to another school. Will it be it won't just be a school in Monroe, right? Because you said
we're Washington Franklin Parish.
Okay. So it really will hop around. Okay. Well, is there anything else you would like to share with us today about the coalition?
I think the main thing that I want to say as far as the coalition is concerned, because all of this is about the Opportunity Zone, all of this is about the coalition, all of the things that we can want to do, all the things, and we can have all the data, and we can have all the plans in the world, but we cannot do it without the support of coalition members, active coalition members. So if you would like to support us or would like to become a member, please reach out. I can see that my email is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Do not be afraid to use that. Even if you just have a question, you're not sure you're ready to be a member yet, whatever, just reach out. Just reach out. So we cannot do it without the support of the community. And don't think that, I'm not this or I'm not that, so I shouldn't join. No, anybody and everybody. It doesn't matter what your profession is. It doesn't matter if you're retired. It doesn't matter, like you said, Erin, it doesn't matter if you're a parent or not. It doesn't matter if you have kids. It doesn't matter if you don't work with kids. We need everybody's point of view, and all of it is valuable.
Like if you have an interest in your community, is really what it boils down to.
That's really what we need. Just a interest and a can-do attitude, a positive attitude, and a desire to make a positive impact. That's really what we need.
All right, then. Well, thank you, Ms. Kshana, for coming on and letting us know all about the Youth Summit tomorrow, which I'm so ready for. And yes, in the coalition, because I will be at the next meeting. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much
for having me.